What's up YouTube, it's your boy Mr. Reg and welcome back to another video. And in today's video I will be reviewing my 2014 Infiniti Q50S. Let's get it. Alright, so now that y'all seen my Infiniti Q50, let's go ahead and talk about it. But let's go ahead and talk about the performance first. So in this car, we got a V6 engine, aka the VQ37 VHR. It's pushing 328 horsepower, about 269 pounds of torque coming out of this thing with a 7-speed transmission. If you guys are new onto my channel, I don't have the transmission that goes in this car. I have the newer transmissions that go in the newer Q50s and the VR. So I did a swap. If you guys want to know more about that swap, go ahead and click on the Infiniti Q50 playlist, and all the videos is in there, and you guys can learn a little bit more about the swap and what's the difference and stuff like that. But yeah, 7-speed automatic in this car. Also got the Akibono brakes on here, the big sport brake package. That's what you get in the S models, and you also have a refined suspension in the S model. So now let's talk about the outside of the whip. Man, this thing looks aggressive, man. I ain't even gonna lie, I love how the way the Q50 look. The only thing that I really wish they had on this car, if they did the iconic circle lights like they did with the G37s and the G35s. Since this car is a Skyline, I feel like that is an important stamp on a Skyline, is the circle lights. That is my only thing about the body style. But if we just go around the body style, man, this car looks amazing. And obviously it looks amazing because Infiniti never switched up this body style. They made little upgrades as far as like the exterior, like, you know, different lights and stuff like that. My 2014 Infiniti Q50 looks very identical of a 2024 Infiniti Q50, you know what I'm saying? But you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Honestly, I love the body style. Like I said, it looks so aggressive in the front, and it just draws a lot of attention. People still break their necks, you know, for this car, because they're like, oh, that's actually nice. Especially if you have a clean one and, you know, it's kept up and stuff like that. A lot of people are going to be looking at this car. The only flaws that I say with my cars, because I just got it, is the curb rash on the wheels, which I'll be addressing very, very, very soon. But for the most part, the car looks amazing. Plan on doing a 3-stage paint correction very, very soon, just to make that black paint pop a lot harder. But enough of that, enough of my build. Let's talk about the Q50. But now let's go ahead and talk about the interior of the Q50. So as you guys can see, man, the interior is nice. You get 2 screens in the Q50. You get the first screen will be your navigation, and then the second one will be like, it controls, you know, the navigation by putting the address in, audio, climate, and you also have app. You also have drive modes in this car. So you have a snow, a standard, a sport, an eco, and a personal that you can do with this car. Also, with the Infiniti Q50S, you get paddle shifters. I never had paddle shifters before, so I'm really excited to use them. I can't wait to use them. And you also get, I believe there's called lumbar seats, where you can like kind of extend it, especially for you taller folks. Works really, really well. You also got the aluminum pedals that, you know, I feel like it looks really, really good in this car. All automatic windows, which is very important. All of them are automatic. And you have memory seats in this car. And then I believe within the sport model, I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on it, you get the wood grain option, and it adds a great touch to the car. I thought about putting carbon fiber on here because they do make the carbon fiber for the center console, and I thought about adding it on here, but I was like, you know what, I ain't gonna lie, I do like the wood grain. I don't see much Q50s with the wood grain, so I think I'm gonna keep it. You can also flip pages in a cluster. You got a few pages that you could look over, you know, iPod mode, your range, your gas per mileage, and, you know, compass and all that. So, which is real dope. You also have home link, so you can pair up your garage door opener with the car, and you don't have to use a garage door opener. You could just use it right here on this mirror, and of course sunroof. But that's really about it with the Q50 as far as like, you know, features and stuff like that. But I know you guys are ready, I'm ready, so let's get into the driving portion of this review. Let's go ahead and start the whip. And I'm not too for sure what exhaust is on this car, but it does sound good. The owner before said it was straight pipe, but honestly I don't know if it's straight pipe, because I had a G37 before and I straight piped it and it didn't sound like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick little rev for y'all. Don't sound bad, but I do need cats, so if you guys can hear like a little rattle, it's because I need cats and I need them bad. I actually have one in the back seat right now, just gotta buy the other one. So let's go ahead and take this thing on a drive real quick. And then these were the pages that I was talking about. I'm pretty sure I already showed you, but you could just flip through them like this. You know what I'm saying? I usually like to have it on my range to see how much gas I'm using in this car. The car has a little gas guzzler, I ain't even gonna lie. And you have to put either 91 or 93 in this car, premium gas. But one thing about this car though, is that it's very, very smooth. The only thing that is a little weird for me, because I did come from a G37. Sorry about that, y'all. But one thing that I did notice about this car, because I did come from a G37 and I do have a G35, is that I noticed that the steering is not as tight as the G37 or the G35. And I believe this car, I'm not too for sure, but I'm certain that this car has like some type of electric steering. So it's not the same as the G37 and G35, which I believe corners so well. I haven't really tried to do spirited driving in this car because like I said, I need cats and the car is not at its fullest potential right now. But once I do the spirited driving, I mean, we'll see how this car acts, you know, around turns and stuff. But I mean, it is very responsive, like, you know, it's very responsive, but it's just that it's not as tight as what I'm used to with the G37 and G35. But the car feels smooth. I love the suspension. I barely even feel bumps and stuff over the road and stuff like that. I believe the tires make a big impact on that though. And I believe these are Continental tires on here, and I got 245s in the front and 275s in the back. Stagger setup. I love stagger setup. Just hate paying for it. But yeah, the car is super duper duper smooth. And as y'all can see, like, you know, different drive modes. Got sport, got standard, got eco, got snow. But let's go ahead and throw it in sport. We're gonna do a little bit of driving, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? This is not a driving video, it's just a review, but we gonna do what we gonna do. And let's go ahead and talk price for this car. So if you are looking for a 3.7 Infiniti Q50, you can expect to pay, you know, somewhere between, like, I say for good or excellent. I'm gonna go from good to excellent, you know, Q50. Probably within 12 to 20,000 for a good, clean Infiniti Q50 to like excellent, like mint condition. Crazy. But yeah, that's what you could expect to pay for Infiniti Q50. I was actually pretty lucky when I had bought my Q50. I'm not even gonna lie. That's why I always call this car a blessing, because I only paid $3,000 for this Q50. And if I wanted to resell it, I could resell it at a very, very good price and make a lot of money on this car. But I'm not. I'm keeping it. Y'all got my word. I own this car, and we're gonna make a lot of content. We're gonna build this thing up. I want to give you guys a pull so you guys can kind of see this VR trans, because like I said earlier in the video, is that I don't have the 3.7 trans that actually go in this car. Those trans are horrible. You'll have valve body issues with that trans, so definitely be aware of that when you're buying this car. I honestly would suggest you just get a VR. Ooh, nice little pull. One thing about the VR trans, since we're talking about it, is that it's way more responsive. than the 3.7, and it's way more reliable than the 3.7 trans. Now, I had a 2012 Infiniti G37, and I had almost 150,000 miles on that car, and I didn't have problems with the valve body or trans. In 2014, 2015, I guess they must have switched the transmissions from the, you know, regular, you know, from the G37s to, you know, the Q50s, and they must have upgraded something, but they messed it up. Because valve bodies are an issue when it comes to this car, so definitely be aware of that. If you maintain the car well, then you will get longevity out this car. So if the person before was really up to date with the transmission fluid and stuff like that, you will probably get longevity out your valve body and your trans. But if they wasn't, then unfortunately that thing is gonna go. If they were doing their thing, because it is some cases to where some people have a 2014, 2015 trans and they got over 200,000 miles on the same powertrain, engine and trans. So obviously they must have been maintaining it very, very well. So just make sure that people was, you know, maintaining their trans well before you buy it, and then see if you can get some type of longevity out the trans. But if you want to switch it and go VR, you can do that also. I actually have a video saying how much I spent on a whole VR swap, and like I said, it's really not that expensive. Just find somebody in your area that knows what they're doing. But overall, it's a great car. I don't want to scare you guys with the trans, but as far as the trans problems that this car does have, the engine is bulletproof. You don't have to worry about the VHR. These engines are very, very good, and they're reliable. They're very strong. It takes a lot of beating. You can add power to them. It's just very expensive when it comes to adding power on a VHR compared to a VR. But it's doable. You could definitely get, like, you know, 500, 600, 700 horsepower out of this engine, and it'll still be pretty reliable. Overall, the car is good. You'll definitely have fun in the car. You'll definitely get a lot of attention in the car, and you'll definitely be satisfied with the car, with all the features. I really like the two double screens. The only thing that I really don't like when it comes to this system is that it is a little laggy. I'm not even gonna lie, especially on Bluetooth music. Like when you change a song, it's not instant. It takes like 3, 4, 5 seconds for this actual song to change. It'll say it changed on the screen, but it'll take, you know, some time for it to actually kick in. That's the only thing when it comes to these two screens that I really don't like, is the lagginess that comes from the screen. But everything else though is a really cool car. Very comfortable. I'm a bigger guy and I'm very comfortable in this car, and I guarantee you, if you buy it, you will enjoy it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Got a lot more Q50 content on the way, so definitely stay tuned. For the people who are new that just stopped by to watch this video and you watched it this far, I thank you. And for the people who've been rocking with me for the longest, I appreciate you as well. And if you are new, I have everything organized in a playlist if you want to watch Q50 everything. Like I said, I did the whole process with the VR swap and everything on my channel. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely go on that playlist and you guys can watch everything, see everything that I've done to the Q50 so far. But appreciate you guys, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.